friends, welcome back to my cat Rupert's channel. Today we've got something fun and special lined up for you. It's part 2 of Rupert's origin story. I'm happy to share with you the second part of our fun 2-part series. We've been putting together Rupert's origin to help people understand why Rupert is the way he is. Get ready for some silly little stories and informative advice as I continue to catch up with my former coworker, Jamie. As I mentioned in part 1 of this story, Jamie is a mentor of mine who helped me take care of Rupert and his mom when she was pregnant with him. He also saved Rupert's life when he was a baby. Say hi, Jamie.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Now we're going to talk about how Jamie helped me learn the basics of cat care and caring for Rupert's little baby litter kitten mates. Jamie also gave me the most important cat advice that I am going to share with you. Let's get to it. We're talking about after Rupert was born at my work with his little baby brothers and sisters. There was quite a bit of work that needed to be done to take care of a family of cats all at one time. And so, like I mentioned a couple of times, I had no idea anything about cats, and Jamie, he was doing everything.
I was making sure that there was food and water and cleaning up the litter box, and you would just play with them. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Because I'm down in the shop the whole day, so I'm like, no. If you're up here, I think you can take care of some of this also.
It was time. It was time to share some of the responsibilities. So one day he ripped the cat training wheels off for me, and he was like, "That's it. You need to scoop their poop." And I was dramatic about it. I was like, "Oh no, it's gonna be so gross. Like there's so much cat poop because there's 4 kittens and an adult cat all in one little room, sharing one little litter box, and there was like poop on the wall and a little bit on the like cabinet. And I was in there, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the worst." And it wasn't actually that bad. Like it's relatively easy to clean up. It just took a couple of seconds. And then the litter surprised me. My first time experiencing litter, where it just like, it doesn't stay in a litter box. It goes everywhere, all over the floor. Yeah, they were in the storage room. And it's like a closet, like a storage closet. And like literally the floor was covered in litter that I would just have to like sweep up all the time so that I could continue using the room and getting files and storage supplies out of there and everything. So Jamie is a welding educator and a Marine Corps veteran. So you guys can imagine what Jamie looks like. And Jamie would do these cat impressions of what cats are going to look like. Like, you know, the hunchback cat, or like the big eyes cat and the stalking cat. And so like when I had Rupert at home, and he was like this little fur ball, and he, you know, mostly slept all the time, and then like a little bit of play, and then eventually he would do cat things. And then I would be like, "Oh my God, that's exactly what Jamie said you were going to do." And it would be a dead-on impersonation. And I would just laugh hysterically at how accurate your cat impressions were. And then I did want to share like the most important advice that you ever gave me. And I don't even know if you remember this conversation, but like I realized that cats are a lot of work when I had Rupert home and he was a little kitten. He had just so much energy, and I was very new into my cat mom journey. And you gave me the most important advice that anyone could ever give me when I was complaining about how tired I was and how this cat always wanted to play and was jumping on me. You just looked at me and you were like, one day he's going to get older and he's going to slow down and he's going to be too tired to do anything. And you're going to miss this time, and you're going to want this energy and this little fur ball back.
Oh yeah. No, that is true. That and sometimes it's not that they get tired. It's just also that they just know that that thing that you just threw down is a toy and it's not real. So they're just like whatever. So that new things, like the ring of the gallon of milk, like how they'll go after that, or only jumping into a box is the pretty constant that stays with a cat. What I saw,
Yeah.
they can't not be in the box.
They really can't. And then, yeah,
Actually, my favorite Rupert picture is when I bought that little princess tent, and you sent me the picture with him inside of it. And I'm like, this is classic.
he loves that little kid princess tent probably more than Kaylee loves it. Like that is his go-to spot to just hang out and wait for toys to like go along the edge of it. Um, yeah, and that advice, it rang true because exactly what you said, Rupert got older and things were not as impressive, and he started laying there watching me throw toys around instead of like chasing the toys. And things he wasn't as easily amused as he was when he was a little kitten. So I was glad that you said that to me and that I got my act together and forced myself to play with my cat even at the end of a very long work day. So
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
oh, and Jamie is also the first person that really kind of told me about making money on YouTube. So you're kind of a reason why I actually have the channel because you had a student that was making money off of YouTube or his
Right,
mom.
right, right. His mom had a famous dog, and they had, I think it was the dog that like wakes up and then walked into a wall or something. And he was telling us on how much income that video clip brings in. And I think I relayed that to you, and that was it.
Yeah, that was like around 2000, maybe 10 or 11.
Somewhere around there, probably to 2011.
And then you've known Rupert since he was born.
Right.
When you first met him or his little kitten antics, did you have any idea he was gonna grow a YouTube channel with 16,000 subscribers and over 14 million views?
No, no, no. That's been very surprising. But I did suspect something where I think you had a LinkedIn page or a Facebook page for him, and it said future internet star. So I think it was written on the star store. And you had him in a tie, I think, like the
I
profile picture. He looked more dressed up than me.
I did do that. I did. I forgot about that. Future internet star. Maybe I should change his tagline now to internet star.
Yeah, I mean, he got pretty famous. I mean, I see that there's millions of views, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I
The
wonder
part,
what Milton could have brought in.
right? Yeah, Milton. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, the part that gets me is that he's on commercials in different countries, and I can't see them because I don't
Oh,
live in
that's
those
cool.
countries. So I
That's
don't
real
know.
cool.
There's somewhere that he's out there selling pet life insurance, maybe in France or something, and I don't know what that commercial looks like. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, that's when I learned that just a little bit every day really matters. Because you were very, very into it.
I was.
So
Who doesn't want to talk about
yeah.
their cat? Everyone wants to talk about their cat. And then there's people that want to listen to me talk about my cat.
Oh, people still know about Milton. I bring him up at the shop all the time because people don't believe that I had a cat, and and then when I tell them the name, then they're like, "Oh." And but I always tell them, I'm like, that cat was very dear to me. So watch what you say.
Yeah, Milton was the coolest. Yeah, I think naming cats after like little old men is the perfect name. And Rupert's name was originally going to be Gwen because I thought that Rupert was a girl. And then when I took him to the vet for that upper respiratory infection, I was like, this is Gwen. They're like, no, it's not. They're like, this is a little boy cat. And I was like, oh no. I have to go back to it. Took me like 3 days to come up with Rupert and I had to like just rack my head against the wall over and over, like, what am I gonna name this little boy cat? So
Yeah, I think you had the Milton vibe going through you where I'm like, I'm gonna have to pick an old school name.
yeah. And Rupert really works for him. So I want to say thank you to everybody for checking out Rupert's video and listening in on Rupert's origins before he came home from the kitten box. And I want to thank Jamie for coming on and chatting with me today and remembering the original things that kind of help people. People ask a lot, what is Rupert's problem? What's his trauma? And he hasn't had trauma, but he's just had a ridiculous ride.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could remember some of the stuff, and I'm glad I happened to be there to make sure. He's brought so much joy to that home that I'm glad I was a part of that a little bit.
Yeah, that you helped him to survive.
Yeah, or and convinced you also to take him, or at least had part in that,
Oh yeah,
because I had to let you in on how cool it was.
you did. And I don't know that I would have gotten over my fear of the litter box if you hadn't just made me do it.
All right, take care of yourself.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
bye bye.